Coming up on the WAC podcast, the men's golf tournament. It was a lot of fun. And in the end, it was the team predicted to win that won, but not without a lot of drama. We'll recap that tournament. Women's golf, men's tennis, women's tennis, all in the NCAA stages coming up this week. We'll have those stories. Softball, final week of the regular season. Baseball, outdoor track. That's all ahead on the WAC podcast.
Dun, dun, dun. We're back together again. If you're watching on YouTube, here we are in the studio once again after, you were gone for quite a few days there, a couple weeks, actually.
Yeah, I had to ask for directions to the office on the way in today. It had been a little while.
Didn't even remember what you looked like. It had been so long.
It had been a minute, but hey, covering golf tournaments, not exactly working in a coal mine, if you know what I mean. Had a chance to be in Payson, Arizona for a couple weeks. Also, we had our athletic director meetings in Phoenix as well. So I got to partake in that. So a lot of interesting things, a lot of fun things. But the last time we talked was after the women's golf tournament, after the tennis tournament.
Yes.
You were here. I was in Payson, Arizona. Men's golf was played Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Grand Canyon, the heavy favorite going in. They're the 66th ranked team in the country. Next highest ranked team, almost 100 places behind them. We fast forward to Friday, and it was UT Arlington in first place, who was sixth place in the rankings as far as WAC schools go. And they had a great tournament. Second day, Tarleton State, even below UT Arlington, was in first place, setting up for an incredible final round with a grouping of UT Arlington, Grand Canyon, and UT Arlington, Grand Canyon, and Tarleton State. Those three were in the final groupings, back and forth all day long. Get down to the 18th hole, and Nikki Kling, the final golfer for GCU, they're up by one stroke. He's got a 20-footer. If he two putts, he's par, they win. 20-footer, he goes for it. He tries to sink it, because if he sinks it, he gets to be in a tie to win the tournament as an individual as well. So he goes for it, goes 10, 12 feet past the hole. So now we got a tough one coming back. And if he misses it, we have a three-way tie and we go to a playoff. And the three-way tie was with with California Baptist and UTRGV, who both had outstanding final days. So Nikki Kling goes up, hits it right in the heart of the cup. Tremendous. I mean, you talk about a clutch shot. Not sure I've ever seen one more clutch than that in person. And GCU wins the tournament. UTRGV, California Baptist just finished one shot back in the team scoring. Kevin Lee, outstanding round for Seattle U. Redhawks finished towards the bottom of the standings, but Kevin Lee, a freshman, wins the individual championship, 6 under par. Very tough conditions, especially the first 2 days. Last day was fantastic, but what a tournament by the freshman for Seattle U as well.
Yeah, I heard it was, pretty warm or warmish for the women's, and then it went pretty cold for the men's.
Yeah, if you saw the video, I had my knit cap on, I had gloves. And it's always hard to tell at a golf course how cold it is because everything's green behind you. So you're like, what's wrong with that guy? And it's like, it is freezing right now. It was it's 5,000 feet. It's in the mountains.
True.
There was some wind, there was some rain. But the golf course spectacular there in Payson, Arizona at the Chaparral Pines, and GCU coming away the winners of that. And actually just a few moments ago, Kendra, as we record this on what day is today? Wednesday?
May 1st.
May 1st.
It's gonna be May.
So Grand Canyon will be playing in Austin, Texas at the University of Texas Golf Club in the NCAA Regionals. Meanwhile, Kevin Lee will be playing in Rancho Santa Fe, California at the Farms Golf Club. Both of those will be May 13th through the 15th. So congratulations to GCU and to Kevin Lee on going to the NCAA Regionals.
Absolutely. And, I know women's golf was over a week ago, but they're coming up on their NCAA regionals as well.
That they are. And we have the individual winner was Ryann Honea from ACU. She's going to be at the Bryan Regional, hosted by Texas A&M at Traditions Golf Club. That starts this Monday and goes through Wednesday, the 6th through the 8th. Seattle U, the team champion, they will be playing same dates at Tumble Creek Club in Clay Elum, Washington. And you're going to be going to Seattle.
Yes.
We're kind of jumping all over the place a little bit, but you're going to Seattle also on Monday.
I will be going to Seattle on Monday for the softball tournament. And what's really cool is, it happens to be that the golf will happen in Washington. And so our good friend, women's golf, our good friend and colleague, Jessica Radford, is actually going to go to Washington. She's going to fly into Seattle early to go and see and take some pictures and cover that round.
That'll be a lot of fun. And then meanwhile, the tennis championships, the tennis regionals also will be starting up this week on Friday. The UTA men with a tough draw. They will be playing the University of Oklahoma in the first round.
Yeah, they're taking on Oklahoma this Friday, May 3rd. They're the 11th ranked team. And so it'll be interesting test for UT Arlington. They went to the NCAAs last year. It was 4-0. They lost. And so see what they can do because no WAC. Oh, this is just for women, but
I might be able to fill in the blank there though, because I think you were going to say no WAC men's team has won a NCAA tournament match, I believe since 2011.
Yeah.
For the men, and that was Boise State, which of course that was a little ways back. But Grand Canyon, I mean the buzz around the office, this could be a winnable match here against San Diego.
Yeah, I mean they're playing at USC this Friday, and I mean they have been so impressive all year. They went undefeated in conference play, breezed through the WAC tournament. I wouldn't say breezed through; there were some hiccups, but they swept every matchup they had in the WAC tournament. And so, yeah, I mean, they're going in with guns blazing, got some veterans on the team. Natasha Puza, who was our WAC most outstanding player at the tournament. She's a 5th year, so a couple seniors on the squad that are going to be done after this, going to give it their all for that last ride.
And they are not the 4 seed in that regional. So that's good. They're not playing USC in the first round. So that's why we're like, oh, hey, they're playing San Diego. This is potentially a winnable match for the Lopes. And no women's team has won in the NCAA tournament since 2010. And that was also Boise State. So plenty to look forward to there. Mentioned Seattle, you going there. Going to catch fish? Is that the plan?
That's the plan. Never.
What day are we catching the fish?
Either Monday when I get in around 2:30.
You're just going to go right to the public market?
Go right to the public market, see the gum wall. This is the last institution in our conference that I have not been to.
Wow.
So this is a big one. I want to see it all, be able to show you guys it all, most importantly, and then get ready for a great softball tournament, which is coming down to the wire. Last week of the regular season, Friday, Saturday, doubleheader Friday typically, and Saturday, and a lot of teams still up for grabs in those last 3 spots that are remaining.
And you're going to be on the call for those games. You're going to be doing some play-by-play, some color, some sideline reporting, and to get ready for that, you've been doing some broadcasts as well. You had a chance to go to Abilene Christian last week as they played California Baptist.
Yeah, this was really fun to get a good look at some of our teams before the tournament. California Baptist is in that 2 spot, so they've already clinched a spot. ACU at the time was in the 7th spot. I still believe they're right around there as well. But they're a fringe team. Those last teams, it's all coming down to this weekend, and ACU certainly has a tough challenge. They're taking on the #1 team in Grand Canyon. But what was so cool is CBU is the 2nd team in the league. ACU is the 7th, and they hung tough. CBU in the 2nd game of the doubleheader jumped out to an early 6-0 lead in the 3rd inning. We thought they were going to run rule them by 5, and ACU came back and had an opportunity to walk up. They had the bases loaded, had a chance to walk it off, and just couldn't get it done. And so much, from top to bottom, this league is really strong. So it's going to be fun to see who makes it into the tournament after Saturday's games.
And then this week, the final week of the regular season, you're going to be over at UTA as who's coming into town this week?
Seattle U.
Seattle U, that's right.
So that'll be a fun one. Seattle U, it's kind of their destiny is in their hands. At best, if they win, they can be that 3 seed and get the bye. And at worst, they lose some games, then they're going to be in that single elimination play-in game first round. So, up to them. And UT Arlington's, in the it hasn't clinched a spot, so they're fighting for a spot to be in the tournament. They're looking good right now. A lot of things would have to go against their way for them not to be in it, but we've seen craziness happen, so you never know.
8 teams qualify for the WAC softball tournament. Off the top of your head, we already have 5 that have clinched. Who are the 5?
5, Grand Canyon. 1, California Baptist has clinched. Utah Tech has clinched. Utah Valley has clinched. And the host team, Seattle U, has clinched. 5, 3 spots remaining.
If you've been watching the WAC podcast or listening, we've talked about it several times. 5 plays 8, 6 plays 7, single elimination. And then once you win, then you're into the double elimination round. So you want to be in the top 4 because then you're guaranteed that you're not going home on the first day. So a lot of excitement to get ready for WAC softball. Baseball, I happened to be monitoring last night. I mean, not only am I like gone for like 2 weeks, monitoring last night, big win by Grand Canyon over Arizona, the 21st ranked team in the country. They run rule the Wildcats. I mean, not just beat them in Tucson also. So, I mean, big win for GCU.
Grand Canyon looking good coming down the end of this regular season, sitting at the top 16-5 in the WAC on a win streak of 4 games. So it'll be interesting to see how that pans out in the tournament.
So 24-8 was the final.
24-8
in that game, 7-inning game because they run rule.
Very impressive. We also had another whacked last night, did we not? I believe it was.
It was, yeah, actually in the afternoon, Seattle U defeated Washington State. And again, when we say whacked, that's the branding that we're putting on it. When a team from the WAC defeats a team from a Power 5 or a top 25 ranked team.
Yeah, so I mean, and looking at Seattle U, they're one of our bottom teams in the league, might not even make the tournament, but that just shows you the strength of WAC baseball.
They beat Washington State 4-0 yesterday. As we come down the home stretch, there's still 3 weeks left in baseball, so a little more time left before we head over to Mesa, Arizona. But GCU has already clinched a spot in the tournament. CBU and ACU just a game away if they win another game. Of course, a lot of other things can happen. Baseball, softball, a little different. Not everybody always plays the same number of games because of weather and those kind of factors. So it's a little harder to figure out than say basketball or some other sports. But those are the teams that are in really good shape right now.
That's going to be a fun week of 3 weeks, the last regular season. My goodness. And before you know it, we're going to be in our secondary home, Mesa, Arizona.
That's almost like Las Vegas.
I know. Orleans, Mesa.
The outdoor track and field championships also going to be next week. That'll be in Orem, Utah. I'm heading there. And the Ticket Smarter Women's Outdoor Track and Field Athletes of the Week, Grand Canyon's Joanna Archer, UT Arlington's Kalia Jones are the winners. Archer took home the gold in the Desert Heat Classic 800 meters event. Jones, meanwhile, competing in the high jump at the Texas Invitational, capturing 3rd place, jumping 1.75 meters. That is 5'8" and 3/4 for those of us who use the American system of measures.
As I do. So that was very helpful for me. Now on the men's side, we had Southern Utah's Hayden Howard, Grand Canyon's Jordan Autry for the Ticket Smarter men's outdoor track and field athletes of the week. Howard posted a WAC best time in the 3,000 meter steeplechase, 8:39.24. He is just one of 2 competitors in the conference to post a 3,000 steeplechase time under 8:50. That puts him 19th in the country. And then Autry competed in the hammer throw at the Desert Heat Classic in Arizona, 64.04 meters, checking in at 2nd in the conference, 59th in the nation.
So 210 feet, I believe, is
210 point.
I don't know. Is that right?
1.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah. So a lot to look forward to for the WAC Outdoor Track and Field Championships. Also looking forward to Kendra's interview with Ryann Honea. I'm really looking forward to this. Outstanding golfer from ACU.
And ACU just added a golf program. She comes in.
First year.
Boom. NCAAs.
Wins the tournament. Was at Louisville for a year. and then transferred back home. She's from San Angelo. So we were looking forward to Kendra's conversation with Ryann and Honea next on the WAC podcast.
Don't go anywhere. Dun, dun, dun.
University Credit Union has been serving students, employees, and alumni of the university community for more than 70 years. We've got plenty of moves that benefit our members, like the lowest loan rates in the nation guarantee, educational resources, personalized savings and investing advice, and 24/7 online and mobile banking. Plus, our virtual assistant, Royce, is always happy to deliver an assist. University Credit Union, the winning choice. Learn more and join today at ucu.org.
Welcome back to the WAC podcast. Kendra Sheehan, now joined by special guest, Abilene Christian women's golfer Ryann Honea. And Ryann, you just wrapped up the WAC women's golf tournament where you were the individual champion, which means you get to compete in the NCAAs next week. What was that tournament like for you, and what was that mentality going in?
Yeah, it was a special week for sure. Just being a first-year program, we'd look forward to competing in the WAC championship all year. It was our goal to win. It stinks not to come up at the top with my team, but individually, it was my goal to win individually, and I did that, and that was really special. My whole family was there. They flew out, and so it was just really special week to see a lot of the fruitful work that we've put in over the semester come and show itself. And I don't know, it was just really special to be a part of the first program and then just come out with a win. Yeah, it's just really special. I don't really have the words for it, so.
Yeah, it was a unique situation for Abilene Christian. This was the first year that they added women's golf, and then you go into the tournament and you guys are leading for a majority of it. And so what was kind of the expectation as a group, just how to approach this tournament, knowing that, you know, it's the first WAC tournament for the entire program?
Yeah, I mean, we went into it thinking like we're just going to treat this like another golf tournament. I think if you think about it as the WAC championship and this big conference deal, it just adds a lot of unnecessary pressure. We were just trying to think of it as another golf tournament. We had the same goals we did as every other tournament, which was hit a lot of greens, have good eye discipline off the tee boxes, the pins in the back, you know, land it short, just stuff like that. Leave ourselves a lot of tap in pars. So honestly, we didn't change our game plan or mindset or anything. There were high expectations, of course, just playing in the first WAC championship ever, and just our goal was to win. But I don't think other than that, we had any other crazy expectation or mindset or anything. We just treated it like a normal tournament, which was really nice, that our coaches kind of explained that to us and like kind of talked about that a lot before we left. Just took off a lot of weight off of us, just knowing that we're just going to another golf tournament to play and do our best, and the result will take care of itself. So.
Absolutely. And now you started your collegiate career at Louisville before transferring in this past year to Abilene Christian. What excited you about the Wildcats program and getting to be a part of a first ever team, you know, the first year of it?
Yeah, so I was at Louisville my freshman year last year. And my coach, our head coach here, Rob Bennett, actually recruited me at the University of Louisville, and moved back to ACU to start the women's program when I moved there to be a freshman. So he didn't actually coach me there, but I'm from West Texas, small town called San Angelo, like an hour and a half away from Abilene. So I knew of Coach Bennett growing up, just we crossed paths a couple times, and obviously leading it to recruit me at Louisville. And then when I was thinking about transferring, I was like, oh, that's a good spot. And so luckily he had a spot for me, and I came, and I'm so glad I did. It's been fun to be part of the first year program. Obviously, we made history. We were the history books, and so it's just really cool to come back to my home roots and just be a part of the inaugural team. And everything we did was setting a record, which is really cool and really unique because no one can say that they've ever done that. And like last night, we had our senior dinner, and there's no alum of the program. Like we are the first, which is really weird. But like thinking about them moving on, and we're gonna have 3 freshmen from Texas coming in next year, it's just a really weird feeling to be like, okay, this was the first team ever, and now we have 2 graduating, and then it's just gonna be that cycle that starts like every other program. But it's different. I'm really thankful that Coach Bennett provided me the opportunity to be on the first team. It's been really special, and it's something that I'll cherish forever. So.
What has Coach Bennett's coaching style been like that's allowed you guys to start up a program and have success in that first year? I know that's sometimes really, really tough.
Yeah, he focuses a lot on culture. He did a really great job of recruiting girls, my teammates, who just really want the best for one another. They want you to be the best friend, the best sister, the best teammate, the best golfer, student, all of those things. Like my teammates are the best. I don't know. He just did a really good job of recruiting girls, and I think that because of that, we're seeing fruit from it now. He's really good at telling us when it's time to be serious and when it's time to be funny and goofy. We have a lot of fun, and I think that helps those serious moments be a little lighter. Kind of like at the WAC, we knew it was a serious moment, but we knew when to have fun and when to goof around and that type of thing. And I think it just lightens the mood a lot. And I think that's really his coaching style. He just really focuses on when to be fun and when to be serious, and he knows when to flip the switch. Yeah, I think he has a lot of experience. He knows a lot about the game, but I think that's something that he really focuses on that really helps us succeed.
Well, you get a chance to go to the NCAA tournament, the regional hosted kind of nearby in Bryan,
hmm
Texas, over by Texas A&M at that Traditions Golf Club. What are you looking forward to most about that? And will you have a big entourage of family following you along since it's pretty close to home as well?
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to it. I've never been to the NCAA tournament regionals in Louisville. We didn't make it as a team, so that kind of stinks. I'm really bummed that my team won't get to be there. It's finals week here at ACU next week, so they have to stay back and take finals. But yeah, both of my coaches are going. My mom, dad, brothers, grandparents, my swing coach. I have some friends at Texas A&M who I grew up with that are going to come out and watch. Yeah, it'll just be really special to be close to home. I played that golf course a couple of times. I'm just really looking forward to it. I have high expectations. I really think I could go out and really bring home a win, which would be incredible. But I'm just thankful to be there in the first place, and I'm just gonna really try and soak it all in and get a lot of memories.
Yeah, it was about to be my next question, kind of goal for the tournament as you know, just a sophomore, have plenty of collegiate golf left to be played. What kind of splash do you want to make?
Yeah, I mean, obviously the goal is to win. That's the goal of every tournament. Kind of smaller goals. I'm just going to treat it like another golf tournament. My coach and I have talked about that a lot over the past few weeks. It's just another tournament. And we're just going to go and have good eye discipline off the tee boxes again. We're going to hit the middle of the greens. We're going to have a lot of two-putt pars. And I think that could do it. I really do. I also think the person with the best attitude and the best mindset will come out on top. And so I'm just going to try and maintain that. But obviously the goal is to win. And if that's not the end result that the Lord has for me, then I'm okay with that. But I'm going to work as hard as I can. So.
And it probably helps you get a little familiarity with that golf course,
Mhm.
having played it as a kid. How much does that help when you kind of know what to expect early on?
Yeah, I mean, I am a little bit longer off the tee box than I was then. So that'll differ a little bit, but at least I know where I'm kind of aiming off tee box in the practice round. That'll be helpful. And just I have an old yardage book for how the greens roll in certain directions, and so that'll be helpful too, just to go out. And my coach has done a lot of research the past week about the course and just looked at shots and all that stuff. So I think that's really helpful. So.
Well, we're wishing you the best of luck. Can't wait to follow
Thank you.
along. You can follow along on our social media accounts, WAC Sports. Ryann, thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you.
Thanks for listening to the WAC Podcast. Make sure to follow us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube. And check out our website at wacsports.com.